Hi guys, I hope you're all doing well. It's been a while since we last spoke and it feels like the world went sort of crazy and turned upside down in the past 2 weeks, especially down here in Australia. I think because we're an island and we're sort of far away from everything else, things just take a tiny bit longer to reach us, but they've well and truly reached us, and I don't really want to go too much into it, but I do hope that you're all doing well and that your friends and loved ones are okay. I can speak for myself and for a lot of my friends when I say that I've been spending a lot of time just watching what others are putting up on YouTube, and I'm really grateful for everybody who's taken the time to put together content. I think it helps, especially when we're sort of stuck at home and we can't really go out. In my case, this was never supposed to be one of those challenge videos that I see so many YouTube artists put together. For some reason, my friend had these tubes. I don't know where she got them. I think she got them from another friend of hers, and she gave them to me a few months back, and I just stuck them in a plastic bag and put them away. I tried to look up this company. It's called WH Smith, and they seem to be British because apparently they're £1.50 each. I couldn't get any information on them, so if anybody can share, please let me know. I'm really curious. And well, I had them. I had no idea what sort of paints they were. I wasn't sure if they were student or craft paints, and I can tell you now, they're not student paints. I struggled a lot. And the funny thing is, not too long ago I was speaking to a friend about that saying that if you're a good artist, you should basically be able to create art with anything. And I don't know, I guess I'm not a great artist then, because I had such a hard time. And as you could probably see, I didn't skimp on the paper or the brushes, because the paints alone were torture enough. So I swatched them all out. They smelled funny. I think whatever binders they use may have gone off, or obviously the tubes were stacked incorrectly, because in some cases I got more binder than I did paint, and there's barely any pigment in them anyway. So yeah, after swatching them, I realized that I had my work cut out for me, and I wasn't going to skimp on the paper. So anyway, I decided to use my which one is it? It's one of my mixed media sketchbooks. Strathmore, I think. Yep, my Strathmore sketchbook, which I've used before with different media, and it's pretty good. That was a known entity. The brushes were a known entity, but the paints were really something else. And I guess it really emphasized something that I say to anybody who asks me for paint recommendations. If you can't afford artist quality paint, that's fine, but you should probably buy student quality paint. Definitely not craft paint or whatever this is. £1.50, that's $3 in Australia. $3 doesn't really get you student quality paint. At least I don't think so. I'm pretty sure the Winsor Newton Cotman paint would cost more per tube. Furthermore, these actually tell us nothing about the pigment. I have a name, so for example, I could have vermilion, but the pigment makeup of that, I've no clue. So I think that's a red flag right there. And I think if you are picking out some student paints for yourself, definitely look on the tube and see what information they have on there. They should at least have the pigment combination on, and perhaps the binder, but generally not. But yeah, at least that. At least. These, I've no clue. They were really difficult to use. I think I actually started feeling quite bad. By the time I got to this stage, I'm like, oh my god, I suck at this. This is horrible. This is not working out. These are not layering. They're not drying. I'm absolutely struggling. And I think this is again why it's so important to invest in decent materials, because it's not you a lot of the times, it's the materials. And if the materials are hindering you, but you think that's just your skill, that's, you know, not as good as you assumed it to be, it's very disheartening. I can see though that if paint come in big packages where, you know, they're being advertised as whatever 30 tubes, more than that, and they don't cost very much, I can see the appeal in wanting to get the most paints possible. It may seem like it's more you know, money for the material, it's worth it, but it's not really. To be honest, I would have given up all these tubes. I'm not too sure how many I've got. I think there could be about 20 here, 25 maybe. I would give them all up for 3 primary Winsor & Newton tubes easily. And so that's my advice. Don't get seduced by the paint numbers, like how many tubes or pans you're getting. Focus more on the type of paint, and if you can't get artist quality, get the best student quality that you can possibly get. These now, I honestly have no clue what I'm going to do with them. I wouldn't even lend them or give them to friends who are interested in painting, because I think these would just make their lives really difficult. If I was to recommend a student quality watercolor set, I probably would recommend the Winsor & Newton Cotman, because they were the ones I started out with. Or I hear good things about Van Gogh, but I've never tried them. And to be honest, unless you know you're going to be painting outside, I would probably invest in tubes instead of pans. So I think I will put together a video comparing the student quality Cotman to, say, something higher end, just because I still have the Cotmans, but avoid craft paint or whatever the heck these are. And yeah, if you know what they are, do let me know. I've never seen these in Australia before. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, just let me know. Please stay home, take care, take this time to, you know, read, paint, and I will put together something new for you, and hopefully we'll all come out of this okay. Love you all.